Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudeva ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Shata Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorkṣaras Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Bhattadash Raghunath Shara Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Nama Jai Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala, Koramandala, Vrajamandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Shri Yashoda Damodar ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Shri Satyavrat Muni ki jai. Shri Sanatan Goswami Par ki jai. Shri Gurudev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shri Kartik Vrat Niyam Seva ki jai. Damodar Vrat Urja Vrat ki jai. Urjeshwari Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Haribo, whoever that is watching on Facebook, others. Yeah. All right, so let me share my screen. So we're continuing our reading of Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Let me just open it up. Okay. First, before we start, let's go over this verse. Verse 6. Namameshwaram Sachiranandaru Sachiranandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Viyolukat Ladhava Manam Param Rishtamadyan Tato Drutagopya Namadeva Dāmoho Tarananta Vishnu Prasiddha Prabhodukha Jalabdi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vrishtyate Dinam Patano Grihanesha Mamagyam Edakshidresha Namamisharam Sachiranandarupam Lasakundalam Gokule Brajaman. So let's go over the meaning of these words again before we read the commentary of my Śrīla Gurudev. So Namo Deva Dāmodarānanta Vishnu. So obeisances to you, Namo, O Deva, O Damodar, O Ananta, Vishnu. And we read in the purport right this morning, right, that Krishna is Ananta. He has no ends. He's boundless. And he is Vishnu. He's all pervading. So how could something that is boundless, doesn't have any ends to it, is Ananta, and who is Vishnu, who is pervading everything, how can you bind that? But we see Damodar, he was bound by the belly, that Ananta, that Vishnu. So, oh, Prasida, please be merciful. Prabhu, oh Prabhu, oh Lord. Dukkha jalabdi magnam. I am magnam, I am drowning in jalabdi. So jala, I think, means like network or a series. What is it? Series? How do they translate it here? A network. Yeah, network. So anyways, yeah, I'm drowning in a network of, that doesn't sound right. Can we just say series? I'm drowning in an let me see how they translate it. They say incessant. Anyways, let's just say that for now. I'm drowning in an ocean of incessant worldly miseries. Dukkha means misery. So, dukkha jalabdi magnam. Kripa drishti vrishtyati dinam batanu. Kripa drishti vrishtya. Shower. Vrishta means shower. Your kripa drishti, your merciful glance. Kripa drishti. For I am ati dinam. I am extremely poor, fallen. How do they translate it here? Dina, ati dina. Ati means extremely. Oh, dina, miserable. Okay, I'm extremely miserable. And bata is like a exclamation, like alas. Anu, this is actually one word. Anu grihanesha. There should probably be a hyphen there. Anugrihan. It's anugrihana. Anugrihana. Anugrihana means please be kind to me, give me mercy, be merciful to me. Right? And how do they translate it here? Treat me with kindness. Anugrihana. And Isha, oh Lord. Mom, to me, agyam, I haven't fully understood what agyam means here, even though I'm ignorant. Yeah, see, I'm extremely miserable. Ati dinam, I'm extremely miserable. And agyam, I do not know what to do. I'm completely ignorant. So please, anugrihana, please be kind to me, O Isha, O Lord. And mom, to me, edhi, edhi means please become, okay, please become, edhi, please become, akshi, to my eyes, drishya, visible. Please become visible to my eyes. Edhi means become. Akshi, eyes, drishya, become visible. Namadeva Dāmodarāṣṭakam Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jalabdi Magnam Kripa Drishti Vrishtyati Dinam Batanu Grihane Shamamagyame Dakshi Drishya. Let's read the translation here. O Deva, O you who have a divine form, I offer my respectful obeisances to you. O you who are Bhakta Vatsal, affectionate to your devotees, O Sri Damodar. O Ananta, Lord of inconceivably magnificent potencies. O all-pervasive Vishnu, O Prabhu, my master, be pleased with me. I am drowning in an ocean of incessant worldly miseries. Alas, I am extremely miserable, and I do not know what to do. O Isha, supremely independent controller, please deliver me by the nectarian shower of your merciful glance, and enliven me by becoming directly visible to my eyes. So this morning we read the Dig-darśinī-vṛtti of Śrīla Gosvāmī, and now we will read the commentary, Dig-darśinī-vṛtti, of my Śrīla Gurudeva. Let me just check, see who's all there, if it's all running okay. Okay. This one person watching on YouTube and one person watching on Facebook. Okay, cool. And I just want to see really quick how we translated it. Dāmodarāṣṭakam here in the songbook. I tried to make all the translations really simple in this book, in the songbook. O Deva, O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, obeisance to you. O Prabhu, be pleased with me. Prasiddha Prabhu. I am drowning in an ocean of miseries. Magnam. I'm drowning in an ocean of miseries. I want to see what jala means. Anyways, I'll check that out later on. Kripa drishti vrishtya. Oh, sorry. I'm taking too much time. Alas, I am most afflicted and do not know what to do. O Isha, shower me with your merciful glance and kindly uplift me by becoming directly visible to my eyes. Okay. Dig-darśinī-vṛtti. In the fourth verse, Sri Satyavrat Muni refused to accept the results of performing Vaidhi Bhakti. But in this verse, he expresses that he desires to attain the result of Raganuga Bhakti. What is that? That is Vrad Prem. He desires nothing else. Those in the line of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and especially those who aspire for the type of prem conceived by Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, Rupanuga Bhaktas, must have the same kind of determination. This determination of the bhakta is exactly like that of the chatak bird. The only water the chatak bird accepts is the rainwater that falls when the Swati Nakshatra constellation is prominent in the night sky. The chatak bird thinks, I do not care if I die of thirst. I do not even care if I'm struck by a thunderbolt. I will only drink the water falling from the Swati Nakshatra. The devotee should think, I only want love for Sri Radha Krishna. I do not want anything else. I especially yearn to become the maidservant of Sri Radha. May I serve her under the guidance of her intimate friends, her pransakis and priyanarmasakis. And may I serve her beloved Sri Krishna under her direction. I only want this. I do not need any other benediction. And Sri Radha's, there's a footnote, Sri Radha's pransakis are her manjaris, whom she considers more dear to her than her own life. And her priya narmasakis, like Lalita and Vishaka, are her most affectionate friends who are always dedicated to pleasing her. As streaks of kajal, that's black cosmetic ointment, ran down his face along with his tears, Krishna breathed heavily out in fear of his mother. On that day, Sri Yashoda bound Sri Krishna by her motherly affection. The Lord of all lords, the possessor of all potencies, he who makes the whole universe tremble by the slightest movement of his eyebrows, on that day trembled out of fear of his mother. He cried, Maya, don't hit me. This is the nature of the immaculate and sweet Vatsalya Prem of Vraj. In his meditation, Sri Satyavrat Muni Yashoda was kissing Krishna's cheeks, how his earrings were doing the same, and especially how the gopis were kissing Krishna so sweetly. He yearns to see this little Gopal directly. Astonishingly, even after such a sweet vision, his hankering has still not been satiated. Therefore, he will eventually express an even higher desire than what he expresses in this stanza. He wonders, how can I attain love for Sri Krishna and consequently darshan of Mother Yashoda's darling son with my eyes? It is well known that loving service to Sri Krishna is only attained by chanting his holy names. Therefore, in this stanza, Sri Satyavrat Muni performs Nam Sankirtan. In the previous verse, Sri Satyavrat Muni prayed, May your lotus face in your form as little Gopal, the same form in which you shed streams of tears in fear of your mother, forever appear in my heart. I especially long to see your face in my heart perpetually, as it is. Sorry, sorry. I especially long to see your face in my heart perpetually, as it is being kissed again and again by your mother or by Sri Radha. May that Sri Krishna who holds a flute to his lips and attracts the entire world and even himself, may that Sri Krishna forever appear in my heart. Upon seeing this form, all moving beings become stunned and motionless, and all non-moving things give up their nature and begin to move. They, they take each other's, they swap roles. In this stanza, however, Sri Satyavrat Muni wishes to directly behold Sri Krishna's beautiful form with his own eyes. He realized that Sri Krishna will not appear before him unless he performs Nam Kirtan. So now he prays through the medium of Nam Kirtan, beginning with Namo Deva Dāmodara. Sri Satyavrat Muni heard about the kirtan performed by the Vraj Gopis. When Sri Krishna disappeared from the Ras dance, the gopis were unable to bear separation from him and began to cry. The song they sang while weeping is famous by the name Gopi Geet and is found in Srimad Bhagavatam. With deep love, Sriman Mahaprabhu used to relish the song, especially during the period of his life when he remained in the Gambhira. The following verse is from the Gopi Geet. Tava katam tapta jivanam kavi biriditam kalmashapaham Shavana Mangala Shri Maratatam Bhuvi Grenatiye Purida Jana. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:31-9. O Krishna, we are always suffering in this material world. But just hearing the immortal nectar of your words and narrations of your pastimes gives us life. These narrations coming from the lips of your pure devotees eradicate one's sinful reaction and bestow the ultimate benediction, Krishna Prem, upon whoever hears them with faith. Your pure devotees broadcast these narrations, which are full of spiritual beauty and opulence, all over the world. There is certainly no one more kind and compassionate than those souls who distribute this nectar. But the gopis were being tortured by the pain of separation from Krishna. They were actually saying, and we read this morning, didn't we? No, we read this a few days ago, sorry. But yeah, this is from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. They were actually saying, the descriptions of your pastimes are not nectar, amrita. They are deadly poison. They are mrita. If anyone hears them, their life becomes one of suffering. Poets have sung the glories of narrations about you in vain. At first, the narrations seem to be full of charm and sweetness, but instead of bringing joy to someone's life, they plague him with sorrow. In fact, the people who recite your pastimes are ruining everyone's lives. In this verse, the word purida, most munificent, indicates that those who broadcast narrations about Sri Krishna all over the world are the greatest of all generous people. However, in divine madness, divyon mad, brought about by the severe pain of being separated from Krishna, the gopis spoke about him sarcastically. Just see how these people are blazoning. I guess that means I just want to see the dictionary definition. Come on. Whatever. Anyways, just see how these people are blazoning the activities of that black boy. They carry a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam and roam from street to street exclaiming, "We do not want money. We just want you to listen to us." For no charge, they cast the net of Krishna's pastimes over the living entities. Those people, now captured, are left to writhe in agony, weeping and wailing. Eventually, they leave their homes, wealth, possessions, relatives, and families. Like beggars or like birds, they live without any permanent residence and maintain themselves with whatever meager eatables are given to them by others. And they sleep wherever they can find a place to lie down. They spend their days and nights in this way, constantly tortured by the pain of being separated from Sri Krishna. My dear friend, one gopi said, those who recite Srimad Bhagavatam are actually not to blame. The sweetness of Krishna's lotus face, his beautiful form, flute, qualities, and pastimes are responsible for these calamities. Even just hearing about his sweetness, one will enter this miserable condition. Another gopi exclaimed, "O Saki, what to speak of others in this condition? Just look at you. There are no hunters more merciless than those who narrate the pastimes of Sri Krishna. Persons who hear their pastimes weep, and then they make their families weep by abandoning them." Yet another good. Actually, Sri Krishna himself is the greatest of all those who spread this propaganda. He is the one who made us run away from our homes to meet with him when he played on his flute. He drove us mad with love, turned us all into beggars, and then left us. Who is more ungrateful than he? When Sri Krishna heard them say all this, he burst into their midst, crying, "Oh no, no, I am not ungrateful. You are my beloveds, and I am yours. I only left all of you to make your remembrance of me more intense. Do you know where I went? I did not actually leave you. I was right behind you, listening to your song of separation." Conversing in the indirect mode of communication called parokshabad, Sri Krishna and the gopis relished their prema for each other. And then the footnote says, for parokshabad, in the same way that Sri Bhagavan does not reveal qualified people, the Vedas express confidential knowledge in an indirect or concealed manner, because it is not meant to be openly distributed. This indirect form of communication is called parokshabad. So conversing in this parokshabad, Shri Krishna, in this communication, Shri Krishna and the gopis relished their prema for each other. From this example, it is clear that parokshabad, which is common throughout the Vedas, is also employed in the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. If anyone tries to adopt the mood of the gopis and, hoping to achieve Shri Krishna's mercy, performs Nam Sankirtan with great humility, Krishna will not be able to restrain himself. He will surely appear directly before that person. Hare Krishna Sharmaji. Remaining conscious of one's relationship with Sri Krishna and free from all anarthas, the sadhak should perform Sankirtan of the holy names that are bestowed upon him by Sri Guru. All of Sri Krishna's pastimes with their inherent sweetness, as well as one's relationship with Sri Krishna in that particular pastime, are associated with corresponding holy names. By the mercy of Krishna's holy names, the corresponding pastime will begin to manifest in one's heart. It is for this reason that Sri Shachinandan Gaur Hari, who is absorbed in relishing Mahabhav, Srimati Radhika's highest mood, propagated the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So all of Sri Krishna's pastimes, with their inherent sweetness, as well as one's relationship with Sri Krishna in that particular pastime, are associated with his corresponding holy names. By the mercy of Krishna's holy names, the corresponding pastime will begin to manifest in one's heart. It is for this reason that Sri Shachinandan Gaur Hari, who is absorbed in relishing Mahabhav, Sri Radhika's highest mood, propagated the holy name. In the groves of Vrindavan, Sri Radhika steals away Sri Krishna's mind. The word haran means to steal, and hara is the feminine form of one who steals. According to Sanskrit grammar, when hara is uttered as a personal address to someone, it becomes hare. It's a vocative case. The root krish means to attract, and na means bliss. Therefore, he who gives bliss to everyone with the sweetness of his beautiful form, qualities, flute, and pastimes is known by the name Krishna. Actually, something with Sanskrit grammar. I mean, there's different kinds of nouns. And so with this noun, Krishna, which is Purush, oh God, I forgot the terms Purushling, but no, what is it? Anyways, Purushottamling, that's what it is in Harinama Vyakaran. Krishna, if you're just mentioning the word Krishna, it would be Krishnaha. It would have an H with a dot under it. But it's only, and you can see all the different, all the ways that Krishna is declined. But if you say Krishna just like this, then it is automatically understood to be in Sambodhan case, as the vocative case, addressing Krishna. So each one of these, it's actually, O Hara, O Krishna, O Hara, O Krishna, O Krishna, O Krishna, O Hara, O Hara. And same thing. O Rama, you're actually directly addressing your yeah. Okay. The Ram mantra is not Shriram, son of Dasharath. He who enjoys Raman with Sri Radha is known as Radha Raman. The name Rama in this mantra is an abbreviated form of the name Radha Raman. I wonder if the word romance came from Raman. Anyways, doesn't matter. Raman, romance, has all the same letters except Ramanat, romance. Krishna plays on his flute and attracts Akarshana, the minds of the gopis, to him. He is therefore called Krishna. This mantra embodies so many sweet moods. There is no transcendental emotion or pastime of Krishna that is not included within this Mahamantra, but they will only dawn in one's heart by the mercy of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. Initially, by the mercy of those great personalities, one realizes the sweetness of the holy name. Oh, these holy names are more sweeter than the sweetest. Nothing is sweeter. Thereafter, the possessor of the name, Nami, personally awakens within one's heart and enables one to enter into his pastimes. What should the sadhak do if he is not achieving perfection in bhakti? Regarding himself to be very fallen and destitute, he should piteously perform kirtan of the Maha Mantra. For this reason, it is said, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. It's from the Brihan Naradiya Purana, Adi 1721. The name of Hari, the name of Hari, the name of Hari is the only way. In this age of Kali, there is no other way. There is no other way. There is absolutely no other way to achieve the ultimate destination. This Mahamantra is the infallible remedy for all the ill effects of Kali Yuga. By chanting this mantra, all of one's desires are fulfilled without fail. What to speak of achieving something in this mundane realm? By this mantra, one cannot help but achieve the highest spiritual attainment. Such is the glory of Nam Sankirtan. As already mentioned, when Sri Krishna disappeared at the time of the Ras dance, the gopis sang Gopi Geet with a desire to see him directly. When Sri Krishna heard their song, he could not check himself and finally appeared before them. With this in mind, Sri Satyavrata Muni also prays to directly behold Sri Krishna through Nam Sankirtan. O Deva, you whose form is divine and astounding, O Bhakta Vatsal Damodar, you who are bound by the rope of your mother's love. O Ananta, you who have unlimited potencies. O Vishnu, you who pervade everything and reside as the witness in the hearts of all beings. O Prabhu, you who possess infinite inconceivable potencies. O Isha, my master, you who are supremely independent. How many names are in here? It's Deva, Damodar, Ananta, wait. Deva, Damodar, Ananta, Vishnu, Prabhu, and Isha. these 6 names of Krishna in this. One second. I forgot to see if my mic is on. Hari Bol, Karunamai, Didi. I always forget to check. Okay, it's working. Okay. It is always advised that one should offer respects to one's worshipful Lord before beginning a prayer or before beginning any other activity. Therefore, Sri Satyavrat Muni first offers respects to his Ishtadev with the words Namo Deva. Deva means he whose form is divine. What is that divine form like? This is a beautiful description of Krishna's. Kasturi tilakam lalata patale vakshastale kostubam nasagre varamuktikam karatale venu kare kankanam sarvange harichandanam sulalitam kanthe chamuktavali Gopastri pariveshtito vijayate Gopala Chudamani. That's Sri Gopal Sahasranam Stotram, verse 28. Sanskrit is really easy to understand in this, actually. It's just like Kasturi. Let's compare it to the translation to the Sanskrit. So his forehead is decorated with musk tilak. Kasturi is musk. So, and lalata means forehead, patale. So, kasturi tilakam lalata patale. And then the kostuba jewel rests upon his broad chest. So, vaksha stale, on the place of his vaksha, of his chest, is the kostubam. It's the kostuba jewel. An exquisite pearl hangs from the tip of his nose. So, nasa agre, on the agra, the agra means tip of the nasa, of the nose. Vara means an exquisite, supremely, an excellent, exquisite. Muktikam, pearl, is on the nasagra, is on the tip of his nose. And karatale, venu kare kankanam. The flute gracefully rests in his lotus hands, and bracelets adorn his wrists. So karatale in his hands is the venu, and kare kankanam on his wrists, on his hands, is the kankanam, is the bracelets. His entire form is anointed with chandan. Sarvange, his entire form is Hari Chandanam, is anointed with Hari Chandan. And Sulalitam, and a necklace of pearls graces his attractive neck. So Muktavali, that's a necklace of mukta, of pearls. Kante, Sulalitam, gracefully adorn his kante, his neck. All glories to the crest jewel of the Gopas, Gopala Chudamani. All glories to Gopala Chudamani. Vijayate, all glories to who is surrounded by all the young Brajagopis. Gopastri pariveshtito. Pariveshtito means surrounded. I'm doing a reading right now, live. I'm in the middle of a live reading. There's people watching now. I'm in the middle of a live reading right now. Okay, I'm almost finished. Okay, I have to go. I'll come soon. Okay, I'll come right after. Sorry about that. Okay, so Gopastri pariveshito vijayate Gopala Chudamani. This form of Sri Krishna surrounded by the young ladies of Vraj is most beautiful and enchanting. Mother Yashoda has bound Deva, Sri Krishna. She wrapped a rope around his waist, brought it behind his back, and tied it to the grinding mortar. Deva can also mean he who is playing. In other words, in this pastime, Sri Krishna is playing in a form of a child. Sri Satyavrat Muni therefore says, I went to see the divine beauty of this Gopal who has appeared as a little child directly with my own eyes. Sri Sanatana Goswami explains several meanings of Damodar in his commentary. One way to understand this name is in relation to Mother Yashoda. Sri Krishna wanted to relish Sri Yashoda's motherly affection, so he submitted to being bound by the rope of her love. Why do people keep on calling me? Oh. Sorry. He thus became known as Yashoda Damodar, he whose waist is bound by Sri Yashoda. What is going on? Sorry, guys. I didn't even know who this is. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm sorry. Another way to understand this name is in relation to Sri Radha. When Sri Krishna eventually reappeared after leaving the rasa dance, he somehow pacified Sri Radha's anger. One time this happened at Sevakunj, and another time at Mansarovar. Just before they started the rasa dance again, Shra and Vishaka tied Sri Krishna's yellow pitambar to Sri Radha's veil, binding them and making it impossible for him to escape. Another time, when Sri Krishna was on his way to meet with Sri Radha, Parma somehow brought him to Gaurikund and united him with Chandali. Meanwhile, Sri Krishna's maidservants, headed by Sri Rupa Manjari, noted that Sri Radha was becoming increasingly anxious to meet with Sri Krishna. They began to search for him and finally found him at Gaurikund. "O Aghari, slayer of the giant snake demon," they exclaimed, "a demon has entered." Oh, "Oh Aghari," they exclaimed, "a demon has entered Vraj and is destroying everything." The demon was actually Sri Radha's separation from Sri Krishna. As soon as Sri Krishna heard this, he spoke to Chandravali, comforting her. "My dear one, I will return immediately after killing the demon. Just wait for me." In this way, the Manjaris cleverly took Sri Krishna from Chandravali's grove and united him with Sri Radha. There, the Manjaris tied the ends of Sri Radha Krishna's cloth in a knot. On yet another occasion, Sri Radha's friends tied the ends of her. On yet another occasion, Sri Radha's friends tied the ends of her and Sri Krishna's cloth in a knot. To this day, the place where that pastime occurred is called Gantoli. It is because of all these pastimes that Sri Krishna became known as Radha Damodar. Generally, Vishnu means the all-pervading being. Thus, it is understood that the sage is saying, there is no place where you are not situated, and no heart in which you do not dwell. You are everywhere. However, in his commentary, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad has revealed another meaning of Vishnu. Sri Krishna eternally performs his confidential pastimes in all the secluded caves and groves of Giriraj Govardhan. Although even the demigods are unable to see Sri Krishna's pastimes in those kunjas, Sri Satyavrat Muni addresses the Lord as Vishnu with the hope that he may see Sri Krishna directly. In your pastimes, you reside in every grove and every cave throughout this Vrindavan. Therefore, you do not have to undergo any pain by traveling a long distance to appear before my eyes. The name Vishnu is used in a similar way in a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39. Vikreditam vrajavadu bhiridam cha Vishnu. It's right at the end of this Ras Panchadhyay, right? In this verse, Vishnu refers to that Krishna who, with a desire to relish the gopis' love for him, sounded his flute and lured all the gopis from their homes. By pervading their hearts, he entirely won their love. Similarly, in Sri Satyavrat Muni's prayer, Vishnu refers solely to Sri Vrajendra Nandan, Sri Krishna. Give me a second. I just need to see if that person who's calling me, if it was emergency. I think they sent me a WhatsApp message. I'll just stop sharing my screen for a second, though. Sorry, guys. There's so many interruptions this time. Shamarani Mataji calling me. I'm done. Right. Shri Satyavrat Muni says, Dukkha jalabdhi magnam. I am oppressed by the miseries of material existence. For an incalculable period of time, I don't know why I can't say that. I've been trapped in this vicious cycle of birth and death, and consequently, I mistake this body to be my actual self. I am wretched and utterly foolish. I am drowning in the fathomless ocean of material existence, and I am unable to rescue myself. Furthermore, the sage says, I am suffering because I am not being supported by the mercy of saints, and I do not have any strength to perform sadhan. In this regard, Sriman Mahaprabhu asked Sri Rai Ramananda, Dukkha madhye kono dukkha hoy gurutar. Of all sorrows, which is the most severe? Sri Rai Ramananda replied, Krishna bhakta viraha bina dukkha nahi deki par. Other than the pain of being separated from Sri Krishna's devotees, I see no actual sorrow. The sorrow of being separated from Sri Krishna's devotees is in fact the greatest agony. Therefore, from Sri Satyavrat Muni's words, Dukkha jalabdhi magnam, I am drowning in an ocean of misery, we can understand that he prays to attain sadhu sangha, the company of saintly personalities. Wow, that is such a such a beautiful description, huh? Because Mahaprabhu says, Dukkha madhye kono dukkha hoy gurutar. Ramananda replies, Bhakta viraha bina dukkha nahi deki par. The only real suffering is separation from devotees. So, dukkha jalabdhi magnam. I am drowning in an ocean of misery from being bereft of sadhu sangha. One can only attain Sri Bhagavan's mercy by the causeless compassion of saints. Sri Nanda Maharaj tells Sri Gargacharya, Mahar vichalam nrinam grihinam dinachetasam nishreyasaya Bhagavan kalpate nanyatha kvachit. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10.8.4. Saintly personalities like you wander about visiting the homes of ordinary people and wretched and destitute householders like us. O exalted devotee, you never have any other reason to do this except to bestow your mercy upon us. One should note that it is because Nanda Maharaj was acting like an ordinary human being that he addressed Gargacharya in this way. In reality, there is a vast gulf of difference between Nanda Baba and Gargacharya. This kind of behavior is exhibited by Sri Bhagavan's associates in the course of performing their human-like pastimes in order to show everyone that Sri Bhagavan can only be achieved by the immense mercy of sadhus. When even Sri Krishna's eternal associate, his mother, had to undergo so much endeavor to bind him, then on what grounds can the conditioned souls complain about the troubles they encounter in trying to achieve him? There is no need to make a pompous display of devotion. We should simply act according to the method of sadhana to us by Guru and Vaishnavas, and in this way perform bhajan, following in the footsteps of our 6 Goswamis. Radha kunda tate kalinda tanaya tere chavangshi vate Prenmon maravashara shesha dashaya Grasto pramatto sada Gayanto chakada harir gunavaram Bhavabdhi bhuto muda Vande rupa sanatano raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako. That's Shri Śrīla Gurudeva, verse 7. I worship Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, and Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Intoxicated and gripped by the countless ecstasies arising from separation, they always used to roam the banks of Radhakund and the Yamuna, or the forest near Vangshivat. They remained overwhelmed with spiritual ecstasies while incessantly enraptured by singing about Sri Hari's most excellent qualities. The words Ashesha Dashaya in the above verse describe the 6 Goswamis as being gripped by the countless ecstasies arising from separation. In other words, their bodies would erupt with horripilation, trembling, and other ecstasies. They would even reach the stage in which one verges on death due to the intense pain of separation and begin to faint. How exalted is the bhajan of these great personalities! In comparison, where is our sadhan bhajan? Not one single tear comes to our eyes. What to speak of us fainting? Therefore, we must strive to perform bhajan and sadhu sangha in such a way that we are constantly immersed in serving our worshipful Lord. We must strive to perform bhajan and sadhu sangha in such a way that we are constantly immersed in serving our worshipful Lord. The Goswamis, acting as Raganuga sadhaks, were suffering because they could not see Sri Bhagavan and his associates. Hey Radhe, Vrajadevike, Chalalite, Hey Nanda Suno, Kuta. Six Goswamis would cry out, O Radha, O goddess of Vrindavan, O Lalita Devi, O son of Nanda, where are you? Far beyond the pain of separation experienced in the stage of sadhan is the indescribable pain of separation experienced by Sri Bhagavan's Ragatmika Jan, those whose hearts are imbued with rag, in the stage of prem. In Gopi Gita and Bhramar Gita within the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Shukadeva Goswami has illustrated such separation by indirect hints. In the same way, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his written work has merely alluded to the condition of someone separated from Sri Krishna. He's only alluded to it. Even Bhav Bhakti is extraordinary. Even Bhav Bhakti is extraordinary, for even after performing millions and millions of arduous spiritual practices, one achieve it. For example, Sri Uddhav went to Nandagram, where he closely associated with the Ragatmika Jan of all 5 rasas. However, he could only get the association of Srimati Radhika, the most exalted of all those associates, from a distance. However, he was able to achieve the company of her friends, who are her kaya vyuha, or bodily manifestations. He had so much good fortune, but did he ever succeed in becoming a single plant in Vraj, or a creeper, or even a piece of straw? In the end, he could only praise the gopis. Asamaho charanarenu jushamahangsyam vrindavane kimapi gulmalato shadinam yadustyajam sajanamarya patang cha hitva bhejo kunda paravim shrutibhir vimrigyam. At Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. Aho, the Vrajadevis have given up everything for Sri Krishna. They have abandoned the path of chastity, their families, and their children, which are all extremely difficult to give up. Now they have taken shelter of Prem Bhakti for Sri Krishna. The personified scriptures, the Shrutis, constantly search for that same Prem Bhakti, but rarely attain it. Let me just become a bush, a creeper, or a blade of grass in Vrindavan. Then I might attain the dust from the lotus feet of one of these gopis. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasa Yasam Hari Kator Gitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-63. I bow down to the dust of the feet of the gopis who reside in Nanda Baba's Vraj. Oh, whatever these gopis have sung about Krishna's pastime always has and always will purify the entire world. Why is it that we feel cheated of this ras and cheated of these exalted moods even after we have obtained sadhusanga? The reason is that we do not really want to taste what the saints long for us to relish. Let me reread that. That's a really important point. Why are we cheated of these moods even though we've had sadhusanga? The reason is that we don't really want to taste what the saints long for us to relish. Otherwise, why do we not become full of anxiety when we are separated from them? Why do we not perform bhajan with great eagerness? They've given us all these kirtans, all these songs, Why are we not praying every day from the, really trying to pray with these songs that they give us? When Sri Krishna concluded his pastimes in this world, a desire to attain Vraj Bhav awoke within Sri Uddhav's heart. This desire came by the mercy of the Vrajvasis, and especially by the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Because Uddhav desperately wanted to become a particle of dust at Sri Radha's lotus feet, it is presumed that he is performing bhajan at Uddhav Kund in Govardhan to this day. However, we do not know if he was able to become even a particle of dust in Vrajtam. Sri Tulsidas has said, Aba pachataye hota kya, jab chidiya chuga gai keta. I want to check this later. What is the use of lamenting now? It is because of your own carelessness that the birds have eaten your crops. In other words, by Sri Bhagavan's grace, you have taken a rare birth in the human species. If you waste it simply eating and sleeping like an animal, then you'll have to remain wandering in the material world, taking birth in one of the 84 million species of life. Therefore, you should realize how trivial it is to simply exist like an animal, and you should stay determined to permanently be in sadhu sangha. But our situation is so sad that even though we have attained the great fortune of associating with saints, our hearts remain unaffected. This is because we do not have full faith in Sri Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, and as a result, we remain deprived of the grace of Sri Guru and Sri Bhagavan. Sri Satyavrat Muni prays, Prasiddha Prabhu, O you who possesses all inconceivable potencies, O Master, please be kind to me. Deliver me from my pitiable mundane existence and grant me the association of your devotees. I have no hope but you. We must also pray like this. O Prabhu, cast your compassionate glance upon us. When we chant your names, no tears come to our eyes, and our bodies do not tremble. We are unable to perform sadhan. We are only sustaining our ambition of attaining Vraj Prem, and especially Gopi Bhav, the prem which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, on the hope that we will receive your merciful glance. It is only by the strength of that glance that we have any chance of attaining our goal. Even if we continue performing sadhan bhajan as we are now doing for millions and millions of lifetimes, it will be in vain. It will still be completely impossible for us to attain Vraj Prem, especially Gopi Bhav, the topmost love in Vraj. O Master, have mercy on us. With great anguish we should cry, let me attain just a drop of Gopi Bhav. How should a drop be obtained? It is obtained by the mercy of sadhus who are absorbed in the mood of Vraj. Thus, Sri Satyavrat Muni prays, O Prabhu, kindly grant me the association of pure-hearted saints. In their association, all of my cherished desires will be fulfilled. Sri Satyavrat Muni addresses Sri Bhagavan as Isha. You who are supremely independent. So he addresses Sri Bhagavan as Isha, you who are supremely independent, in order to petition him. You are the master and controller of all, so I need not seek the mercy of others to achieve your grace. There's a footnote here. It is generally seen that one obtains by the mercy of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, Bhakta Prasad Ja Kripa, although occasionally one receives the direct mercy of the Lord, Krishna Prasada Ja Kripa. I was looking this up this morning, I couldn't find it. Is this in Bhakti Rasam? No, I remember reading this in Madhurya Kadambini, but I couldn't find it. Anyways, I'll go back there again. Might be in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. I don't know. Oh Lord, be kind to me. You do not depend on anyone or anything. If the sadhak is completely surrendered, then you do not even pay attention to the formalities of his sadhan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the best example of how the Lord distributes his causeless mercy while completely ignoring all the considerations of qualification. If someone merely saw him, even from a distance, praying would spontaneously manifest in their heart. Sriman Mahaprabhu did not consider anyone's qualifications or frailties. Without even considering the quality of one's spiritual practices, he distributed prema to everyone. A brilliant example of this is found in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. On his way to Vrindavan, Sriman Mahaprabhu journeyed through the Jharkhand forest. As he passed through the forest, he caused prema to awaken in the hearts of all the wild animals, birds, worms, trees, and plants and creepers. All the creatures of the jungle were instantly granted prema. Alas, will the world ever see anyone so merciful? Therefore, have mercy on me and grants me darshan of you. Therefore, have mercy on me and grants me direct darshan of you. Sri Satyavrat Muni entreats Sri Bhagavan. It is not enough for me to have but a momentary vision within my heart of little Gopal crying out in fear of his mother as she binds him to the grinding mortar. O Master, I pray to see that form directly with my own eyes. In verse 4, Srila Sanatana Goswami quoted Sri Pipalayan Rishi's explanation of Antardarshan found in Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. One first sees Sri Bhagavan within one's mind and then with one's eyes. Brahmaji beheld Sri Krishna within his mind and received a benediction from him, which fructified as the ability to create the material universe. However, in reply to Pipalayan Rishi's reasoning, Sri Gopakumar said, "Your thoughts are excellent, but my desire is to see Sri Madan Gopal directly with my eyes. Don't just want to see him within my heart, within my mind. I want to see him directly with my eyes." Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states, "First, Sri Bhagavan is seen within the soul, and then that vision reflects in the mind. The form of the deity is the externally manifest reflection of the moods that Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas experience at such times. Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas mercifully plant the tendency to perform service to Sri Krishna in a person's heart as a seed. That seed gradually matures through the stages of Shraddha, Nishta, Asakti, and on, until it finally reaches its destination. But the seed can only develop like this if the sadhak carefully protects in if the sadhak carefully proceeds in sadhu sangha without interruption. Even if Sri Bhagavan, that doesn't need to be. This is in verse 4. 1 second. Even if Sri Bhagavan personally appears to a devotee who is in the advanced stages of prema, he will think that he is seeing his worshipful Lord within his heart, due to being overwhelmed with bhav. For example, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu left Sri Navadip Dham. When he left Sri Navadip Dham, he would personally come to eat the foodstuffs his mother cooked for him. But she always considered her visions of him to be hallucinations. Similarly, after Sri Krishna left Vrindavan, he personally appeared before the gopis again and again, but they also dismissed those meetings as mere visions. A devotee who progresses through the stages of bhakti by performing Nam Sankirtan finally attains prema. Leaving this world behind, he enters the realm where he sees Sri Bhagavan directly. This darshan eradicates the slightest scent of any remaining anarthas and gives him entrance into Bhagavan's eternal pastimes in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Thus ends the Dig-darśinī-vṛtti on the 6th verse. So that's our reading for today. I need to take off. I'm very late for being at a program right now. So thanks for joining me in this reading. Jai Shri Radhe Haribo, Champak Didi, and Ganga Mataji. Dandavat pranams, everybody. All right, see you tomorrow morning for, what is it? We're going to read from Rasa Panchadhyay, and we'll read verse 7. Sanatana Goswami's commentary on this verse. Right, Jai Śrīla Gurudeva ki jai, Jai Śrīla Param Gurudeva ki jai, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Sapashaji Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Śrī Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Śrī Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi ki jai, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai, Śrī Satyavrat Muni ki jai, Śrī Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Kartik Vrat Damodar Vrat ki jai, Yashoda Damodar ki jai, Shri Radha Damodar ki jai, Hari Naam Sankirtan ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Shri Narahari Sarkar Thakur ki jai, Todiya Shubhatira Bhaptiti ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Samagata Gaur Bhaktivedānta ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavasacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Satyavataya Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. See you tomorrow. Hari Bol.